He's got a little color, but he's a nice fish, and he's a big fish. He's not.
Oh, that's a beauty.
Well, why don't you ready to start walking?
Maybe we can walk there, or you could jump in the water here, maybe.
No, there's no jumping in the water, Tom.
Boom. There he goes.
I'm telling you,
Okay,
right?
yeah,
below-
but I'm afraid to get him around that.
You can do it. Tom, you are the greatest. Come on.
I about went in off this bank here. You see why this bank came?
Well, do you mean that bank came down when you were there?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, here, look what
I'm going to hand
do.
you the rod. You're going to take it around there,
Here.
maybe.
Huh? Well, just take, here, just a second. Here, come on here. See? Hey,
If
Tom,
you just get in the water here, we'd have him.
Tom, okay, keep that rod out and keep that line away from the shore. Good, perfect, absolutely perfect.
Whoa!
See, man?
Oh, no!
Well, darn near perfect.
no.
You were darn near perfect. Now, don't go. You got it?
Got him.
Yeah, there you go. Okay. See, right in here.
He wants to go under there.
He what?
He was trying to go under there in that brush.
But right in
He likes that brush.
Okay, let me get down here.
Whoa! Whoa!
How's this?
You ready?
I'm ready.
He's coming.
He's. Was
All
that
right,
good?
Jimmy, good job.
Good job. Yeah, look at that, beautiful fish.
Oh,
Isn't that a nice steelhead?
what a nice place to land it too, huh, in the
Oh,
sun.
it's perfect.
First fish of the year for me. First
Look
head.
how big he is, too.
I told you that's my favorite fly.
Boy, what a beautiful fish, Tom. I'm going to lift him up, and then you get the fly out there.
Perfect hookup, huh?
Yeah, it was excellent. That's a nice big buck steelhead. Look at that.
That's a gorgeous fish.
That's one for the Pacific coast, huh? There you go, buddy.
Whoa, he was ready to go
Yes,
too, huh?
sir. Hey, boy, that's a nice fish. You know, Tom, you were right up there above me, and you were fishing below that boulder, and you said that's where he took up there. But what we got to remember is, in this type of water, with that bank being so steep, it was smart for us to work down here, because this is a better place to land them. And I got a feeling there's more up there.
Yeah, you can see where that water comes over those boulders there. You know, and that provides a little slower water, and they always come in and kind of hang in there to try and get out of that current, particularly in high water like this.
Tom, congratulations, real nice fish.
All right.
Good way to start
Give me
the
a hand.
trip.
Here, give me your hand.
Okay, thanks. Thank you.
Okay, I was up by those boulders, fishing behind those boulders a minute ago. Now I'm down in a little bit deeper water, but this is perfect holding water for steelhead. I can see where they come in off this riffle, come in here, you know, and get in the slower moving water and just rest for a minute or two. And so I think I've got a pretty good shot at getting one in here too. You know, in this kind of water, you can find them right along the bank in here too. You know, they'll move right along the edge here just to kind of stay out of the middle of the river there.
What we've got out here is good holding water. Like the other side of the river there, that would be more considered traveling water, not waters that steelhead would actually rest or stay in. This right here, this soft water here, below the white water in the pockets, this is good water that we like to look for in fish. And Tom got a very nice steelhead out of here just below that. So he sent me up here to try, and I've got him down in that tree. So we don't know how deep that water is because we just can't see. But we know the bottom's there. Now every time that I touch the bottom like that, I always will bring in my fly and check the tip of the hook. It's really important because these hooks are, you know, I designed them, they're custom made, they're laser sharp, but the rocks down there can really create a problem. So I always want to make sure that tip is straight and sharp. And so any hooks or any flies that you're using, if you do get into the rocks and you get snagged up and pull off, it's really smart to check that tip. Now this one's still sharp, so I'm not going to worry about it, but if it wasn't and I had a fish take and I missed him, I'd be really upset with myself for not having checked that hook. You know, occasionally you can fish that moving water, traveling water, that the steelhead will come up, and you may get a fish now and then, but I prefer to fish the holding water because they're much more aggressive, they're more relaxed, and you're just going to get more action in this type of water here where they're resting and not traveling. And plus in traveling, you've only got a very small window to get them. I mean, as they're moving upstream, if you're in between casts, you may even miss them. So you're better off to look for good water that you consider holding water, work that water. I think you'll do better. I've pulled off a little more line and I'm going to start working it out further, trying to cover that slick out in the middle there. But I always like to start working the water in close and then work it out further and further, just in case there's some fish, you know, I don't want to scare them away or anything. Now, one thing for sure, the bottom is everywhere. Oh, that came off. Better check that fly again real quick, but it didn't feel like it was a rock. Felt like it was more like a limb or something. Yeah, the hook is fine. So I'm going to take a further cast out and see what happens. That's right out in that slick there. So I can get more of a swing drift here. I can cast out in that eddy, let it sink, and then when it starts to swing down around the tail end of my drift here, to me is really good time to get a steelhead to take that fly. Just like what I'm doing right now. It's good water. Now I'll just let the line sink by itself. I'm not working it or anything, so I'm letting it trying to get down to a greater depth. What I'm really trying to feel now, you notice how I've got the line through my fingers right here, and I control my line back here, and I'm trying to follow the drift of the line with the rod tip down. So it's really more direct to the fly. What that does is when you do get a strike, you do feel them much better. See, so I picked it up just like this, got the line right here. Now I'm swinging with the line and the fly. So if a fish does pick it up, I know I'm going to feel him. Trying to concentrate and imagine what that line and that fly is doing as it's coming through there. This really helps me to understand water. Under normal circumstances, I like to wear my polarized glasses, and if this water was clearer, I'd be trying to spot fish in certain holding waters. Then I would try to put the fly above the fish to drift it down to make a good presentation to him. But because the water's high and the water has color, we have to learn to read the water and understand the water, what type that steelhead like to hold in. And that's what Tom and I are doing here today, is trying to figure out where those steelhead are going to be, and then we're going to work that water, you know, pretty hard to try to get some action. Fish on! Wow. Looks like a bright one too, Tom. I've only saw flashes. Oh, man.
Where'd you hook that fish, Jim?
Well, actually, right about in there, I was just going to start to go down, picked it up beautiful. I mean, it was awesome. I put the black leech on.
Black leech, huh?
Yeah. And I think that, oh,
that looks like a pretty chrome fish.
it is. I mean, it looks like it, doesn't it?
You're going to have to go around the brush again.
Oh, man. Oh, yeah, that's that's a female. Oh, maybe it isn't, but it's bright, isn't it? Here, I'm going to come up here.
Oh, yes,
and it's just a little clip thing, see? That way I don't lose it. Thank you, sir. Yeah, that's a nice fish. Wow. Yep, it's around the tree. Here we go. Come on, fishy. Okay. Another obstacle. Got him. Oh man, he wasn't done. I thought, oh shoot. I thought he was tired, but I thought he was all tired, Tom, but he started fighting again. I'll try to swing him into you. Once you get that grip on that tail, nice job. Hey.
I hit him.
Thank
Hey,
you.
there he
Oh,
is,
it's
huh?
beautiful.
Oh, that's about like the same as the other one.
Huh?
Right in the nose, too.
Isn't
huh?
that bright?
Gorgeous fish.
That's great, Tom. Thanks for getting him.
That glove works good.
See that? See what that adipose means? It's a hatchery fish.
Exactly.
And
These fish are doing pretty good, aren't they?
they're doing very good. That's a male, and I got the fly out. I got my barbs down. Okay. Hey, thanks, Tom. That's
fish,
great.
good
Thank you
fish.
very much.
Same spot, huh?
Well, you know
Close
what?
to it.
It's a good spot. Should we?
Think
Your
we-
turn.
I think,
Hey, your
I
turn.
think we're gonna call this the teeny hole up here, maybe. Huh?
Let's take turns. You know, where you were standing and you sent me up there, I just let it swing out in that middle water. You know, where it's soft, and it would just kind of drift along. And boy, I mean, there was no question
I
that
mean,
he was
yeah,
eating.
it seems like they're holding in the water that's just a little slower, trying to get out of this fast water.
Well, I
now.
think we got a better chance, and you know, it looks like the water's actually clearing up as we're fishing. Now I'm headed right down here, as you can see, where this white water comes in. It's nice water. That looks to me like great holding water, and I'm going to start down there with our lines, our heavy line, and try to probe through there. Hopefully it's not too snaggy, and I'm going to try to cover that whole area right in there. If I don't do any good, then I'll drop below Tom, but this water to me looks like it's good steelhead water, and that's what I'm going to try on.
Well, this water is colored as you can't see the rocks down there.
No, but you can sure feel it. Paranoid of snagging up on the bottom. You know, I'm trying to not let the fly get so deep, and I don't think that's fishing quite right. Oh, man.
There's a couple really bad snags
There's
up
some
there.
really bad stuff in there. You know, I felt it give, though, so I'm wondering if it was a limb or line or something.
I'm thinking it's like a tree, a limb
It
of a
could
tree.
be. The conditions here that Tom and I are experiencing today seem to be that the water is dropping and clearing. Those are the very best conditions for steelhead fishing. When rivers start to drop and clear, the fish get more active, everything seems to just work pretty good. So we're pretty hopeful that we're gonna have some really nice action coming up, you know, today and tomorrow. And I can always feed out line too. There's, you know, from one spot where you stand, if you're not crowded with anglers where, you know, so you're not being rude or anything, you can cover a lot of water here. Now I think I can get that line pretty much over to the opposite bank there, work that slot, because that's soft water over there and they could be sitting over there. Absolutely could have been right there. Just had a little bit too much slack. I'm going to check my hook and try that again. See, what I did is I took that line and cast it right up there, and then I immediately piled up some of the floating section, which of course is this orange, on top of that. Took all the tension off the line, let the line sink and get sucked down by the current and go right along that ledge and that bottom. That's the way to fish this run here. So I'll do that again and we'll see if maybe that was a fish. It felt like it might have been. So I put it out like that, and then I immediately start slipping this orange. See, now I don't have any tension, so I know that line's going down deeper. Drops at a very high rate of speed. And right around in there, I'm probably at my deepest point. And now I'll start to pull back up again. Nothing that time, but I'm going to try it again. You know, I first started fishing in close here. Now I've been working some line out. And I'm trying to cover this drift as much as possible. Just fishing in close first off this ledge, feeding line out. So from this one position, I'm covering a lot of water here. I don't know how well I'm covering it because the river's so high, but I'm doing my best to get that line and that fly down to that fish. Sometimes it takes patience though, because I'm not one that likes to cover water quickly. So if I think that, or I feel that there are fish in a given piece of water, I like to work that water pretty thorough. And I'll change lines, leaders, flies, sizes. I'll stand in different positions, because by doing that, I know that when I leave, I will have covered that water the best you can do. And that's what I like to do. I love to work a piece of water and then I'll work it again and I'll work it another way. And that's how a lot of times in any given piece of water we'll hook a lot of fish, big numbers. Well, I've made several casts in here, and I think I only had that one hit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to step to the next point down, which is only maybe 8 or 10 feet, but then I'm going to start fishing the whole water again just like that. And I may ultimately end up coming back up here and fishing the upper end. You know, you may not think it, but sometimes just a little subtle change of 2 or 4 or 6 feet up or downstream, in or out, or a little bit, can make the whole difference in fishing a piece of water, you know, and fishing it successfully. So I'm constantly kind of moving around trying to figure how to get that fly to make the best presentation to the fish. And if I can see them, I really work the water. A day like today, we can't see them, so we have to just understand the water, read it the best we can, and then try to cover it. But moving around can really help a lot.